is the Louie Tee Network.
I'm ready for some football. I don't know about you. Who else could it be but your man Lou? Yeah.
Overtime! So we head to overtime.
Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie Tee? Welcome to Sunday Night Football Overtime. Carolina Panthers, Seattle Seahawks. Clash of some bitter rivals, some heated battles over the years. Oh, my goodness. This is the type of game that flex scheduling was supposed to fix. This is why they invented flex scheduling right here for games like this. Save me, NFL. Save me. Help me. Who didn't see this one coming? Raise your hand. Who didn't see this ass whooping coming? Huh? Huh? I saw it coming a mile away. I could feel it, I could hear it, and I didn't need to see it. They were supposed to get this game out of here. You heard me crying about this last week, right? Remember I said, hey, NFL, you got two options here, man. Pick one. They're both going to be juicy, meaty options. Redskins, Cardinals. I know the Cardinals aren't the best team in the world right now, but it's going to be a good game. Hey, Giants, Steelers, everybody will want to watch that one. Put that one on. They're both 4 o'clock games, so it's an easy switch for you. Here you go. Layup. Put it in the basket, man. They said, nah, we're going to pass this week. We can't flex all of them, right? Why not? This is why you made this rule up, to avoid duds like this one. Ah, man, this was tough to stomach, man. And I said, first play of the game, I said, wait a minute, hold on. I had to readjust my set. These two things right here called eyes. I had to. Is that Derek Anderson? Is that DA in the game? First play of the game, wait. Did I miss something? Because they just introduced the Carolina Panthers offense and Cam Newton was supposed to be a quarterback. So I don't remember seeing him on the injury report. What's going on? And then they cut the Cam and he's hands right here, chewing his little gum. I said, uh-oh, what did you do, Cameron? You know you got to call him by their whole government name when you see him doing that. What did you do, Cameron? Did you miss a team meeting? Did you show up late for curfew? Y'all been out west for like 2 weeks. You stayed out late one night? Didn't come in when you were supposed to? Bed check? You weren't there? Huh? He was looking at me like, man, I can't say nothing. I said, Cameron. All right. DA, you're in. Come here. Closer. Don't F up. I don't understand. And I don't know when they tell a player, hey, man, you're not starting. What does that mean? You're not playing the first quarter. You're not playing the first series. You're not playing the first play. Because, that does hurt a guy's ego. You don't ever want to hurt the team, but you got to set a standard and a precedent. So you got to make sure everybody falls in line. So if Ace Newton, if Ace Boogie is acting a fool, we got to slap him on the wrist to show everybody else that you're not immune to getting the business, okay? If we'll do it to him, we'll do it to you. And we might not slap you on the wrist. You might not be active this week. He's our star quarterback. So we're going to slap him on the wrist just to let everybody else know what's really good. But they had why do they keep doing this with Derek Anderson? He's a turnover machine. I've been talking about DA for years. I said, look, Derek Anderson is an F-up. Panthers fans used to get mad at me when I would tell them, DA stinks. And I know you're like, well, Tolbert needs to catch the football. Sure. How about you not throw it 6 inches away from alligator arms, and not alligator arms in the sense of he's scared to get hit. He's got short little alligator arms. You ever seen a Geico commercial where he's like, hey, I got the bill. and his arms like go right here, and the check is right. He can't reach the check. That's Tolbert. He's so short. His arms are so short. You can't throw the ball. His arms don't extend. He doesn't have go-go gadget arms like Funches and Benjamin and Olsen and all these 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" guys. He's got alligator arms. He's like 5'8". His arms don't extend. So you can't throw the ball all the way out there. Cam's right off his hands. Reminds me of the Tampa Bay game where he came in and threw 2 picks, including the one in the end zone that cost him the game. Don't throw the ball there. Run it. It's Derek Anderson. Stay away from the hazardous turnover situation. Don't put yourself in that situation. First play of the game, though, in Seattle? You 4-7, bruh. Don't do that. Flex scheduling, where you at, man? You already told me, we're going to save y'all 2 weeks from now. We're going to put Dallas and Tampa in there. Too damn late, man. You were supposed to save us from this damn nonsense right here. And once that happened, you already know what the hell was about to come after that. It was an S-storm waiting on these boys. And even though they held them to a field goal, you already knew. You already knew that this was about to get out of hand. Didn't matter what the hell Cam Newton came in and did. Didn't matter how mad he was. These boys came into the game with no Kuechly. They came into the game with no Kurt Coleman. Never thought I would actually say that in a sentence and actually mean it. No Kurt Coleman actually means something these days. But when your secondary looks the way it looks in Carolina, when you the 29th ranked pass defense, you can't afford to not have Kurt Coleman on the field. And no Mario Addison. Hell, who the hell you had playing for defense tonight? I don't know. So we already knew this was going to get nasty. And even though the Seattle Seahawks weren't sharp early, still got out of hand. Even though they were right there, still within striking distance at half. I mean, striking distance, what was it, like 24-7 at halftime? Whatever the hell it was. What was it, 17, 20? Where were we at? It was still respectable. Similar to what you had going on against the Raiders. You like, hey, man, we one stop and a touchdown away from being right back in this game in the first play. 75 yards. Tyler Lockett smoked the whole damn team. Smoke show. Down the sideline. Murked on those boys. Trey Boston couldn't get him. Damn. Now the game's over. I'm so rude. I'm so sorry, and I apologize. Welcome to the show. If you haven't subscribed to the Louie Tee Network already, what are you waiting on, man? Subscribe, man. Stop playing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Louie Tee Network on YouTube. I'm also on Twitter. @InTheLabRoom is the Twitter handle. Go ahead, follow me on Twitter, and I'm also on Facebook. In the Lab Room is the Facebook page on Twitter. Go ahead, give me the thumbs up. All my social media platforms are there. That box over there. Make it happen. Do that thing, okay? Don't do what Carolina did tonight. Do that, which is subscribe, like, and follow, okay? So, yeah, things went downhill, 40-7. Seahawks looked dominant at home, and they remain the only team this season without a defeat at the crib. And that's why it's imperative that the Cowboys continue to win, because they don't want to have to go to Seattle. It's just not safe. It's not smart. It's not what you want to have to do to go to the Super Bowl in the NFC. Hell, it's still going to be tough to beat this team on the road, but you got a much better chance of getting that accomplished if you do that in the comfy confines of AT&T Stadium versus having to go all the way out to CenturyLink and trying that. It becomes a lot tougher of a deal to get to the Super Bowl going through there. Now they got Michael Bennett back. This defense, everybody's like, oh, the defense isn't all that great, and this, that, and the third. Yeah, that was without Michael Bennett. Yeah, try that now. Try it on the train. Try that shit on the train. Go ahead, try it on the train. No. The only thing that happened negatively for the Seahawks in this game was the injury to Earl Thomas. He makes such a big difference in the secondary. The second this man left, you get Teddy Ballgame over the top for a touchdown. Like, they were waiting for him to leave. Okay, it's safe to go in the secondary now. Earl ain't there no more. You saw the hit he put on KB on that third down. Really reminiscent of the shot he put on Gronk that collapsed that man's lung. I said, damn, that dude, boy, he's merciless, boy. He is nasty, and it's always legal within the framework of the rules. He'll never hit you in your head. Always lines up that chest area, just like, that looks real tasty. I'm about to go get me a piece of that. Pow! Dropped him. I said, oh, hell. My dad was like, oh, here come the flag. I said, flag for what? That man put all of that chest that was on his plate, he put it down. Showed the replay, clean as a whistle, boy. Lit him up. Make you think twice about going over the middle versus those boys. And he gets injured. And then he sends out the tweet at halftime. Hey, man. Man, this game been good to me, but man, I got a lot of things going through my mind, including retirement right now. Like, when you're not used to getting injured and you're not playing, it wears on you. It's different when you're on the side watching instead of playing. And you realize, man, I get paid a lot of money, but this is something that I got to live with for the rest of my life. I ain't about all these surgeries. I'm not about all of this, that, and the third. And for some guys, they just can't take it. And he might be one of those dudes that if he's not playing and I'm dealing with these injuries, it's not fun to be injured. And that's when football stops being fun, when you start dealing with injuries. That's because a lot of times, and this is the thing you don't really know, and again, I've never experienced it, but I've listened to guys, and when people talk, I listen, because that's how you learn. You don't learn from talking, you learn from listening. And I listen to guys talk about all the time, and you hear the same story. It's repetitive over and over again. You're not one of the guys when you get injured. They don't treat you the same way they treat you when you out making plays. The second you're not healthy and don't perform, you don't exist. You're dead to me, essentially, as a football player when you're not on the field. Because I got to worry about the guy that's taking your spot. I can't worry about, hey, Earl, how's the ankle? Oh, how's the hamstring going? I'm going to get one update from the trainer. I'm going to ask you how you feeling. And if neither one of y'all are talking about playing, all right, cool. Go ahead, keep rehabbing. Hey, you, come here. Let me talk to you. Let me coach you up. And so it's not the same game when you injured. And Earl seems like one of those dudes, either I'm playing or I'm not, but I can't do this whole not playing thing. Like, I'm not. The man just missed his first game of his career last week. He gets injured again, and the man is talking retirement. It's not a game over here. The dude is not playing. Like, when he sends out that tweet, that ain't for attention. That's a man. Earl Thomas loves the game of football. This man is passionate about what he does. So when he tells you, I'm thinking about retirement, it's crossing my mind right now. I already told you the rule to retirement, man. When somebody tells you, when they start using the R word, they got one foot out the door already. Like, this man is really contemplating it. So that's the only negative thing that came out of this game, is that this man is serious. Because we don't know the extent of that injury. That man had to leave on a cart, okay? When a dude leaves on a cart, generally, and I'm not saying Luke Kuechly is soft. He had a concussion. The man was crying. He didn't know how severe. Again, these concussions, not a game. But normally when a dude leaves on a cart, it's not good. It's not good. So, I don't know. Mr. Terrell is not Earl Thomas. But then again, who the hell is? There is no other Earl Thomas in this league, man. Nobody covers. He's the new Ed Reed. Okay? He's Ed Reed 2.0. Because Ed never hit like Earl Thomas did. Ed might square you up once or twice. Ed probably got a couple of kill shots in his career. Earl is getting them every week. And Earl can still cover the entire field. They used to say 2/3 of the earth is covered by the water. The other third is covered by Ed Reed. That's Earl Thomas now, man. He's that dude now. And this defense is not the same when Earl Thomas isn't back there. When 29's not roaming the streets back there and manning up that secondary, that cover three doesn't look the same. All of a sudden now, that deep ball may be open on Deshaun Shedd. That deep ball may be open on Richard Sherman. Just maybe. He's not back there. The middle of the field, not looking the same, man. All of a sudden, that seam route doesn't look all that bad. That's Terrell back there. That's not Earl Thomas. So that's the only negative. You hope that Earl's okay. You hope that Earl was just in his feelings because he was banged up and he's going to be quite all right. And he'll be back in a couple of weeks and you just keep the train rolling. But again, when a man starts using the R word, You start thinking. And like I told you, Earl, he ain't no bullshitter, man. Earl loves this game. He's passionate about it. And when he can't play, it's not fun no more. And when it stops being fun, it's time to go. So, especially for a guy that is as passionate as Earl Thomas. So, we're going to see what happens and what comes of that. But Thomas Rawls looked damn good tonight, man. If you can get Thomas. And for a moment, I was a little nervous there. I thought he had a concussion. I was like, oh, hell, here we go. Don't take Thomas from me after he starts eating like this, because they need him to run. You see how different this offense is when the run game is as efficient as it was tonight. It just opens things up when Lockett is busting off a 75-yarder, when Rawls is going over 100 and only 15 carries. When the run game is like that, Russell Wilson just becomes that much better, and it becomes so much easier. The lanes for him to throw, all that stuff opens up. So the game changes when the run game, and we saw that with beast mode over the years, man. When the run game is prolific for this Seahawks offense, these are the types of games you can have. These are the type of offensive numbers that can be put up. This is the kind of output you get, 40-7. Michael Bennett is back. It changes the game up front. You can't run on these boys like you used to. You could run on the Seahawks when Michael Bennett was out. I'm not saying everybody was doing it, but if you had a good enough run game, good enough back, you could run a little bit. You could do a little something. Try it on the train now, man. Try that shit on the train. Go ahead. Try it on the train now. Michael Bennett is back, man. All that stuff stops. That faucet got turned off when that man hit the field. That faucet is off. It ain't even a leak. It ain't a drop coming out of there now. So the only team that might have some success in the NFC, like legitimately running on these boards with Michael Bennett back, maybe two teams. Atlanta, and I'm not sure I would put them in that discussion, but definitely Dallas. They can run the rock on just about anybody. They ran it on this team in the preseason, but that's the preseason though. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, because it's clear now. It's a definitive, defined top of the NFC. Dallas is one, and they're the clear-cut number one, and Seattle is number two. And those are the two best teams in the NFC, and there's nothing else to discuss. Everybody else fall in line, get in line somewhere. You know, Detroit, get in there. Whoever's coming out of the South, Tampa Bay, who's playing some outstanding football. They're a scary team right now. Get in there somewhere. You know, Atlanta, get in there somewhere. But the top two teams have been defined. And that's what tonight. And again, it's Carolina. They're having a rough one. They're 4-8. I get it. But this is what you do to Carolina, who's 4-8, who normally is a rival for you. This is what you do to them. They down? Kick them while they down, man. That's what the good teams do. Oh, you down? Well, let me get a kick in. Pow! All right? Make sure you don't get back up. Oh, you moving? Pow! Kick them again. All right. You better stay down. That's what you do when you're a good team. See, the bad teams, they let these teams that's down, they let them squirm, and then they let them get back on their feet, and next thing you know, you got a real fight on your hands. This fight ain't fair. It won't meant to be fair. They already down. Other teams, 7 other teams put these boys on the ground for you. So when you get here, all you got to do is make sure they stay on the ground. That's what the Seattle Seahawks did tonight. Oh, you down? Oh, you still moving though? Well, pow, kick them, stomp them, crush their windpipe. That's what they there for. That's why they 4-7. Make them 4-8 and make it not close. That's why this game was supposed to get flexed. Flex, time to have sex. They were supposed to flex this game out of here for us, man. They were supposed to get this game the hell out of here, and they didn't, man. They failed us. But they said, hey, we got you in a couple of weeks. We sorry about this one. We sorry, but we got you. Take a rain check in 2 weeks when you got some more trash coming. We got you. We're going to put Tampa Bay and Dallas on. Too late, man. You're supposed to save us this week. So, in any event, Seahawks get it done, man, and it was damn impressive. 40-7. They dominated these boys 6 ways to Sunday. Run their record to 8-3-1, and like I said, they're going to win the NFC West division. It's not going to be close out there. That division is basically sewn up already. The question is, can they catch Dallas for the number 1 seed? Highly unlikely. They're going to need help, and tons of it. It starts next week. The Giants are going to have to do them a huge solid by taking the Cowboys down. And then it gets interesting because Detroit and Philly, and then, you know, it could get interesting for the Cowboys. But again, it start Tampa Bay too. That's going to be on Sunday night again. So Cowboys back-to-back weeks on Sunday Night Football. Hey, the NFL loves when the Cowboys are good. Hell, I love when the Cowboys are good. It's good for the league. When the villains are good, it's good for business, man. So when the Patriots are good, when the Cowboys are good, it's good for the league. Period. End of discussion. Everybody wants to root against the villain, man. Either you love the villain or you hate him, but you're going to watch. And that's what makes it so great. So when the villains are good, it's good for business. And so Cowboys being good, great for business. That means they're going to be on 2 straight Sundays on Sunday Night Football, and you're going to watch. You know why? Because you either want to see them win or you want to see them lose. But you're going to watch. Trust me. I'm telling you right now, you're going to watch. So, and the NFL knows that. But they missed an opportunity to put the Steelers and the Giants on. They missed an opportunity to put the Redskins or the Cardinals on. I would have preferred the Giants and the Steelers just because that was a more marquee matchup and it was a better matchup than this. And we saw this one coming, and unfortunately the league said, hey, I can't save you every week, man. But I got you in 2 weeks. So, from the Carolina Panthers standpoint of things, look, this season's done. It was done when you lost to Tampa Bay at home before the bye week. Okay, that's when this season went to hell in the handbasket. And the fact that Cam Newton got benched for the opening possession of the game and it turned into an interception after one play is a microcosm of just how dysfunctional this season has been for the Carolina Panthers. To me, that is the perfect way to describe their season. Dysfunctional. From the start of the offseason with letting Josh Norman go, to drafting 86 corners, to just having a bad defense this year that can't stop anybody, to having an offense that looks nothing like the dynamic offense we saw a season ago, to the injuries that have now ravaged this football team and taken away any opportunity of coming back in what's turned out to be a mediocre division. They still were within 2 games. If they win tonight, they would have still been within 2 games of first place with a number of games in the division left. Like, that's crazy. But they're too dysfunctional to take advantage of it. And so their streak of 3 straight titles in the NFC South coming to a crashing halt, screeching halt. It's a train wreck this year for them. And this game, microcosm of that train wreck with Cam Newton getting benched for the opening possession. And I knew it was something ticky-tack. We'll probably find out more in the coming days as to what he did. Like I said, it's probably something curfew-related. You know, missed a team meeting, was late for a meeting, late for bed check, out west. He was out partying, chilling. You know, probably caught him a b-ball game or something, went out to the club afterwards, came in too damn late. Whatever it was, they set an example. He's Cam Newton. If we'll bench him, we'll bench you, or we'll sit your ass down and we'll cut you, or whatever the case they were trying to make. And it cost them 3 points. And really, it was more than 3 points that benching cost them in this game. What it cost them was the game. I mean, that set the tone. That got the crowd involved. They knew the game was going to be sloppy after that. Seattle wasn't good early. Seattle was sloppy, just as sloppy as the Panthers were. Trey Boston should have had a pick on that first possession right after that pick. Trey Boston should have had a pick in the end zone. But that's what happens when you're 4-7. Last year, that's a pick by Trey Boston. They found a way to win this game. Because Russell Wilson tried to turn it over 3 or 4 times early in this game. But Panthers just aren't where they were last year. It's not the same team. And so instead of being in a position to steal this one with some sloppy play from Seattle, you get crushed 40-7. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. This team just isn't good this season. And it's a year-to-year league. It's a year-to-year, week-to-week league. Simple as that. You could be hot. The Miami Dolphins were hot. Now they're not. We're going to see how they respond next week. But that's what this league is all about. How do you respond? How do you build off of the momentum and the success that you've built or created? In the case of the Panthers, 3 straight titles. All of those years weren't great. One of those years, they were like 3-8-1 or 3-6-1 or whatever the hell it was. Came back and won the damn division at like 7-8-1. Ridiculous. But they won the division anyway and won a playoff game. They built off of that, and the next year they went 15-1 and went all the way to the Super Bowl. You got to build, but you got to continue to be consistent, and that's what this league is all about. It's hard to be the Patriots. It's hard to be the Packers. Teams that seem to go to the playoffs every year, it's hard to be that way in this league because this is a league of attrition. It's a war of attrition. You got to survive every year. Injuries, dysfunction, guys not performing, things that you can't control, things that you didn't foresee nor account for. You got to find a way to overcome those things. You think the Panthers planned on being on their 3rd string center at this point in the season? You think they planned on Geno Gradkowski going down in addition to Ryan Khalil and having to put another guy at center this season? You think that's what they planned for? You think they planned for their offensive line to be in tatters right now? No. You think they planned on Luke Kuechly missing more games with a concussion? Hell no. What about missing Mario Addison? What about Charles Johnson leaving this game with an injury? You think they plan on that? Hell no. You don't plan for these things, but they happen. It's tough in this league, man. You got to find a way to overcome that, and it's tough every year to overcome those things. That's why you need guys like Cam Newton to step up, and he has at certain points, but it's just not the same this year. Guys aren't stepping up. Those deep balls he hit last year, they're not hitting them this year. Jonathan Stewart goes down. He was basically healthy last year. That's not the case this year. He missed a ton of games. The running game suffered because of it. The passing game suffered because of it. Your record suffered because of it. So at some point, you got to address these things, you know? And we'll see what happens in the offseason for the Panthers. But they still got, 4 games left. We'll see how they finish up this season. They can still make an impact. They can decide some things. They got all the teams that they play, pretty much, with the exception of, matter of fact, I think every game that they got left, teams vying for a playoff spot. Redskins, Bucks, one more time. Falcons, one more time. They're going to have a say-so in the outcome of the NFC playoffs. That's for damn sure. Because just about every team on the schedule is trying to get in, and they got something to say about it. So we're going to see. The Panthers, you haven't heard the last of their damn name. They're going to impact some stuff. Whether it's in a positive or negative way, they're going to do some things down the stretch of this season. But in any event, let's jump into some of these comments so we can get the hell out of here, man. So this was a pretty thorough ass whooping here, so you know what time it is. All right. Brian Emerson says, best I can do is 12-3 with my predictions. That's a good ass week, man. I don't remember half of my damn picks. I know it won't good though. Buffalo pissed me off today because I looked up, they were dominating 24-9. I'm like, see, I knew it was coming. I picked it. I'm excited. I literally, I'm focused on my game, but I blinked a couple times and I looked up. Their ass was getting whooped 38-24. I'm like, what the almost made me cuss on a Sunday. Dropping the F. What the hell happened in that game? I can't wait to watch. They had to turn it over 2 or 3 times. Ain't no way you go from being up 24-9 to being down 38-24 in a matter of like 5 minutes. But that's what happened in that game. So some clowns did some chicanery in that game for the Bills. I can't wait to see what the hell happened. Brian Emerson says, raise my hand. I picked the Panthers as an upset. Shameful. That's shameful, B.E. That's shameful. But you've been right more times than you were wrong this weekend. You probably going to have one of the better records of the weekend at 12-3. So I think you're 11-3 right now. So don't feel bad. You should feel bad because everybody saw, obviously, except you and maybe one other dude that thought that the Panthers was going to somehow go into the only team that's undefeated at home and win this year. But don't feel bad. Don't worry about it. Andrew Kim says, I'm doing terrible. I fell off after getting 12 wins. Best I can do is 8 if the Colts win. Man, that's a bad. Speaking of Colts, man, that's a bad Monday night game. Speaking of flexing, you know they don't do flexing on Mondays, but damn, boy, we could sure use a little flex on Monday. Flex on those boys on Monday. God damn, I don't want to watch that game tomorrow. If I could, I would skip class on your ass tomorrow, boy. I tell you what, that's going to be a tough watch there. Jets and Colts, that is funky, boy. Damn, that game stinks. Bad. Damn. Andrew Kim says, sucks for Thomas if he does retire after the leg injury. Too young to retire. One of the best coverage safeties in the league. Not one of the best, the best in the league. But like I said, man, guy's passionate about what he does. And, you know, ain't nobody, look, certain dudes just not built to sign up for all these injuries. And you know, and sometimes you like, look, and J.J. Watt already told me this too. He said, look, when I can't do this at the level that I expect from myself, I don't want to do it no more. That's how the best think. You know what I mean? Like, those dudes, you don't have to tell them, hey, you don't have to come tap them on their shoulder and say, hey, it's over, bro. You don't got to do that to the best. They will tell you themselves, hey, I'm done, man. I'm out. I can't do it like I used to. I don't want to do it no more. Like, I'm not here to get embarrassed. If I'm not, like, Warren Sapp could have played 3 more years in the NFL. Warren Sapp said, I was going up against one of these Packers guards that I'm used to eating their lunch. And Brett Favre, I saw the play action fake. It was slow as hell. And I saw it and I diagnosed it. I knew it was coming. I seen it for years when I was in Tampa. And he's in Oakland at this point. He's like, I seen it. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to go win. I'm about to go bag me a quarterback. I'm about to go bag me Brett Favre. And he said, oh, wait. And then he tried another move. Oh, and he was in the same spot. He's like, wait, I've been beating this dude for years. And I know the play. And I can't get back there. Oh, it's time to go. I'm out. I'm done. Warren Sapp could have played 2-3 more years in the league. But the great ones, I'm not here for that, man. If I can't play at the standard that I've set for myself, the way that I'm used to playing, I don't want to play anymore. Earl Thomas is one of those dudes, passionate about the game of football, loves it. You see it every Sunday when the man is out there. He loves this game. And if he can't play it the way that he wants to play, or it's not fun no more because I'm getting injured, I don't know if he's going to retire or not. I think he was just in his feelings. You know what I mean? Like, again, I've been telling BE the same thing, man. Nobody ever wants to admit it's over. It's the hardest thing for a man to do is to look himself in the mirror and say, it's over. And that goes for anything in life. Marriage, somebody dying, your season. If you want to bring it down a notch and turn down the seriousness of the situation, nobody wants to admit it's over. As a fan, you don't want to admit your season's over. Damn, that's tough. When you look around and everybody else is enjoying competitive football, meaningful football, and you look at your season and you're like, man, this shit is over. It's rough. Nobody actually wants to admit that. It's a tough thing to do. And Earl tonight, I don't know the severity of the injury. I haven't heard anything. I seen a comment. Somebody said something about a fracture in his leg. I don't know, any truth to that. Again, I can't confirm nor deny that because I haven't heard anything. Matter of fact, let me check my phone and see if there's an update here. Yeah, there's no update. Wait, let's see. I got something on Bleacher Report right here. It says Seahawks unsure of Pro Bowl safety will miss the rest of the season with a broken leg. So yes, it's a fracture. So it's a broken leg. So that's factual right there. So if that's the case, and this man is in his feelings and he's like, I don't know if I want to play no more. He could be just saying that because he's dealing with the realization that it may be over for him this year. He's not going to be a part of this stretch run. And that's tough to take. That's a bitter pill to swallow. Or he could be like, look, man, I'm not doing the whole injury thing, whole song and dance. That's not who I am. I'm not going to break my leg 4 times like Gronk and keep coming back. Either I'm going to play and be healthy and play or I'm not. But I'm not going to be walking around with a limp when I'm 35 years old because I had too many surgeries trying to play this game that I love. Some dudes are built for it and will sign up for that, like Gronk. Keep coming back, break your back 5 times, herniated disc 3 times. Look, bro, by the time you 52, you're going to be walking like the hunchback of Notre Dame. You keep having these damn herniated discs and these surgeries. At some point, you got to say, man, I'm going to take my check, please. Go ahead and bring me my bill. I'm out. Sometimes you just got to make that decision, and Earl might be making that decision early. We'll see what happens. I just think he was in his feelings tonight. I don't think he's going to leave. I think he thought about it, but I don't think he's going nowhere, but we're going to see. I can't speak for that man, so that's a tough, bitter pill to swallow, though. BE says that was a nasty injury for Earl Thomas. Indeed it was. Minddraw says they should play Tolbert at left tackle. He's big enough, and they having some issues over there. DG Productions says Jags defense underrated, and Vic B still hitting dudes. What you think? I haven't watched the game, so I can't tell you anything. But I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'll tell you this much. The Jags defense, we know they're underrated. But when your offense stinks, you're not going to get the credit that you deserve because you're 2 and what are we now? 2-10? Are we 2-10 now in Jacksonville? Yeah, I think that's what we're doing right now. So, yeah, okay. And Vic B, I haven't watched the game, but he must not be hitting dudes enough because Alex Smith was completed at like a 75% clip today, and you gave up what they scored. 29? You gave up like 29 points to the Kansas City Chiefs? Where they do that at? When the Chiefs start scoring damn near 30? I know. Fake punt. I heard Matt Ryan threw a pick 6. Again, I haven't seen the game yet. I'm just going off of it's the Chiefs, though. Boy, they find ways to win. God, they're good. I love the Chiefs. Patrick Avellino says, when you get in a TV show, you're too funny. I don't know, man. I don't know when they coming to get me. Maybe they'll come and get me. I'm not going nowhere, though. That's the thing. I don't think I want to leave this platform. It's so comfy here, man. It's so easy. But I would like some TV money. If they don't mind giving it to me, I would take it. Cambo_Raider says, what are your thoughts on Earl Thomas thinking about retirement? I basically already talked about that. I know you posted that question before I actually got to it. So, but yeah, I already told you what I think about that. Sin Day Co. asked the following. Surprised you found any lights for the Panthers. Tallying injuries on the wall like a prisoner. Panthers are a butt of everyone's jokes. You dish it, you got to take it till next year, Lou. I understand, man. It was fun. It was all good just a year ago, man. This time, last year you could do no wrong. This time, man, you were finding a way to win against the New York Giants in the final moments of the game with a Graham Gano field goal around this time of the year. Josh Norman and Odell Beckham Jr. were fighting each other this time of the year, and you were probably like 12-0 right now. You might have been just fresh off of the destruction of the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving and ending Tony Romo's season right now at 12-0 and laughing. It's different. It's year-to-year league, man. That's why it's so hard to figure this thing out. Because you think you know and you have no idea. So, yeah, it is what it is. Minddraw says, it seems like Earl Thomas got the R word way too fast. Had it in his mind before this game for sure. It's hard to really say that, you know what I mean? But I can tell you one thing. He's not one of these dudes that wants to sit on the sideline and watch. He wants to be a participant, not a viewer. Minddraw says, man, next week, if the Lions get their business done against the Bears, either the Seahawks lose and we get that number 2 seed or the Packers lose, we could grab a 3-game difference. Ooh-wee! Yeah. It could get real. Look, I'm starting to believe in this Lions football team. That game I watched today against the Saints, damn impressive. I'll tell you that much. Mo Hunnit says, Earl has cracked tibia, so it is possible that his career is over. That is a bad injury. Yes, it is. Anytime you break a bone in your leg, period. I don't give a damn if it's your tibia, your fibia. I'm making up stuff. I wasn't paying attention in health class, man. When we was going over the human anatomy, I wasn't paying attention. I just know the femur is the biggest bone in your body. Don't ask me nothing else. I could talk about your ACL, your MCL, your PCL, but I only could talk about that stuff because they football injuries. But again, if you crack a bone in your foot, you crack a bone in your knee, your leg, anything, it's tough because that requires surgery. Anytime you have to go under the knife, it's not fun. I think sometimes we think because these are athletes and surgery just happens all the time that it's just commonplace and that you have surgery and you repair that knee and you repair that cartilage or you repair that tissue and you get back out there. You take that tendon, you sew it up, you get out there. You take a graft from somewhere else and you sew that thing up and you get back out there. That's what athletes do. Man, it's not fun going under the knife. These dudes don't want to go under the knife. Since when did that become fun? Like, these dudes ain't trying to have surgery. Surgery? I'm trying to avoid surgery. So, yeah, it's not cool, man. Not cool at all. Sin Day Co says, Earl Thomas has a cracked bone in his lower leg. He's probably done for the year. And that's been confirmed. I just read what Bleacher Report sent me to my phone saying that, yes, he indeed has a broken bone in his leg. And Seahawks are trying to explore all options to figure out if, in fact, this is something that he can come back from this year or do they need to put him on IR. So it's not looking good for him. And, that's why Earl is talking crazy right now. And maybe it's not crazy. Maybe that's Earl being serious. We're going to see. Patrick Avellino says, the Seahawks O-line scares me, but at the same time gives me hope. They seem to get better every game, barring last week. And this is the thing. They got to stay healthy. When I saw George Font on the ground, I said, hey, George, you got to get up, bro. They don't have many options behind you. You better get your ass up. And George was like, yeah, I'm about to get up, man. It's just my shoulder. I've been going through some things. And so I said, hey, George, look at me. They need you out there, man. Get back out there. He said, all right, man, I'm coming. Look, that's the thing about this Seahawks offensive line. It's like, look, they're already not great to begin with. Can't afford any injuries, man. You got to stay healthy along that offensive line. When you start going to that bench, it's not pretty. There's nothing there, man. That cupboard is bare. When Bradley Soul is starting that right tackle for you, you ain't got many options on that bench, man. So you can't afford for dudes to go down. So you need these dudes to stay healthy. If they can stay healthy, they may get better as the season progresses. But if you start having injuries to this offensive line that's already not that good, you could be in some trouble. Russell Wilson is not comfortable back there. Okay, the Panthers hit him early in this game. You went for it on a 4th down. This man took a sack. Okay, this offensive line should scare you, but if they can stay healthy, you may be able to do some things. You ran the football effectively tonight, and that should be a positive for you. Now, again, no Luke Kuechly, no Mario Addison, okay, no Kurt Coleman. Again, I never thought I would be saying that in a sentence and mean it in a positive way, but they were missing some stuff. Then Charles Johnson goes down, makes it a lot easier for you to block those boys. But, yeah, it can get better or it can get worse. We're going to see what happens moving forward. Sin Day Co says, Cam's crime for not starting. Dress code violation. He didn't wear a tie. I'm so ready for the offseason. This team is getting a major overhaul. Okay, so that's what it was. I knew it was something minor. You know what I mean? I thought it was a little curfew violation. I was guessing. I was speculating. I had no clue. But I told my dad when he didn't start, when he threw that pick, I said, hey, it's something stupid too. It's dumb. It's something. I thought he showed up for a team meeting late, overslept, something like that. Something dumb like not wearing a tie when he was probably supposed to. Come on, guys. What are we doing here, man? And again, if you're going to make a statement, run the football. Don't put DA out there and allow him to throw nothing. Okay? Nothing. He likes to share. This is the most caring time. Caring and sharing. What more season or time of the year is better to care and share than Christmas time, man? Christmas time is here, full of laughs and cheers, lots of fun for everyone. It's just that time of year. And Derek Anderson loves to share that cheer, man. Here, get you an interception, man. Get you one. I got you. Not wearing a tie, huh? That's what we doing? Ouch. BE says, games I got wrong. Panthers, Saints, Falcons. You basically got by the NFC South, man. Get in line. That's everybody this week. Patrick Avellino says, couldn't beat the Bucks last week. Hawks had to take their frustration out on some NFC South team. And indeed, it happened to be one of their little rivals, man, because this game had been a good game for the last 5 years. But not today. Alex Burden says, Dolphins lost a must-win. Indeed, they did, and I already pretty much sounded off on the Dolphins on my breakdown. So Alex Burden says, what do you think of Tannehill's performance today? I already talked about it. You want to know what I felt, and how I feel about Tannehill and his performance today, go watch that video I already put out on the Dolphins game. BE says, Seattle may be division rivals, but damn, even calling a career hope for 100% recovery. Yeah, everybody's rooting for Earl, man. Earl's such a good player, man, and he's probably a hell of a dude, too, man. He just seems like the kind of cat you want to play alongside. Love his passion for the game. Love the way he plays the game. He's a one-of-a-kind athlete on the field. No one else at the safety position in the league right now plays the game the way Earl Thomas does, with the athleticism and the veracity that he hits, the ability to cover and make plays on the football. He's everything you look for in a safety in this league, and I hope he's all right, too. And I hope he's able to come back and be the same dude. I hope he doesn't retire, but again, that's not for me to decide. If it's time for him to step aside and he thinks it's time, then it's time. End of discussion. Same with Calvin Johnson last year. He probably could have played a couple more years. But like I told you, man, the greats in the league, you don't have to. They're not the dudes that get drug out at the end. Like with Peyton. Peyton could have gave it up. But that happened overnight. Like Peyton just set like 1,000 records the year before, and then he woke up one morning and Father Time was like, hey, man, your time up. Peyton was like, what? I just set like 2,000 records last year. You sure? You sure you got the right name on the list? He was like, it says right here, Peyton Manning. He said, all right, well, let me finish this season and I'm done. Peyton probably could have got a contract with somebody. Man, go home. Take your football and go home. It's time to go. You normally don't got to drag these dudes out. Calvin Johnson could have played another 3-4 years if he wanted to. I'm done. I'm not that dude no more. And I'm tired of these injuries. I'm done. That's what the greats do. They don't stick around. You don't have to come and drag those boys out. They know when it's time. And trust me, they're going to get out while the getting's good. Captain Spartan 04 says, I feel bad for anyone who picked the Rams to beat the Patriots. They thought an upset could happen. I picked the Rams. By the way, how did Fisher get an extension? You know how Jeff Fisher got an extension, man. We've been talking about Jeff Fisher getting fired for the last 3 years, man. Jeff ain't going nowhere, man. You know that. We talked about that already. We talked about, they weren't playing when everybody was reporting early in the season that Jeff Fisher was working on an extension. That extension been done, man. Him and the GM got an extension. Them boys ain't going nowhere, man. I don't know. This is why organizations stay dysfunctional when you make decisions like that. But look, I'm not a Ram fan, neither are you, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let them wallow in their own misery, okay? Let those boys do that out there in L.A. by themselves. BE says, Dolphins going to lose again next week as well. Hashtag #BRedCRed. They may lose again, but this is the thing. Your Cardinals aren't the same team on the road. Okay? Now, I don't know how the Dolphins are going to go on to react to getting their ass whooped. Because what they did today, that was an ass whooping. Okay? 38-6, they were dominated thoroughly. So, I don't know how they're going to respond to that ass whooping. They may go into a take. I've seen them do this before. Normally, after that ass whooping, it sets down a chain of events that sees this team go into a downward spiral for the remainder of the season. But this could be a different Dolphins group. They could come back, rebound at home, and turn it around. I don't know, but I know the Cardinals don't play the same brand of football they do at home on the road. They're a totally different team. Much like the Eagles. When the Eagles go home, they play different football. On the road, they stink like you saw today. That's what the Cardinals are. So we're going to see if they can go on the road and get one. We'll see what happens. Alex Burden says, I'm going to check it out after this. No doubt. Hashtag fins up. Yeah, do that. Mindraw says, someday my grandchildren would ask me how good Earl Thomas was, and I would say he punctured a man's lungs. Yeah, that's Earl Thomas. Can puncture a man's lung and pick off a pass in the same damn, series. That's Earl Thomas. He's got that kind of ability. BE says, I always wanted to say E.T. that hit on Davis a few years ago when Davis was on the Niners. E.T. don't care. He's going to hit anyone. He don't care. He hit Gronk. Punctured that man's lung. That's something you think will be reserved for Cam Chancellor. Earl Thomas is out there doing boys, man. Doing dudes. This dude is nasty, man. And I don't think enough people give this man the credit that he deserves as a safety in this league. I think they know the Seahawks defense is good, but they don't know why the Seahawks defense is. He's one of the biggest pieces to that defense. I saw that a couple of weeks ago against Tampa. Like, how much of an impact this dude had. They can survive without Cam Chancellor. They cannot survive without Earl Thomas. And that's why I think this injury is such a big blow, because there is nobody else that can do what Earl Thomas does for this defense. Nobody. Okay? You could bring anybody out there you want. It's not the same. It is not the same. Mondraw says, by the way, Jeff Fisher has nudes of the GM or something ridiculous. Well, both of these boys got an extension, so he might have something on the owner. It's not just the GM, okay? The GM is over there looking like, hey, man, we getting fired? He's like, nah, man, we getting an extension. He's like, word? He said, yeah, I still got them copies, man. We good. So they in it together. Whatever's going down, those two are in it together. If one of those dudes gets fired, the other one is going to. So they in that thing together. And DG Production says, Falcons going downhill, or are the Chiefs got the magic pixie? No, the Chiefs are for real. They're legit. They got something going right now. But Falcons are effing around. I'm going to tell you that right now. I ain't watched the game yet. Can't wait to watch it, as a matter of fact. But they effing around, man. They going to mess around, and they going to allow the Bucs. Look, the Bucs are hot, man. Those boys are hot. Watch them every year. It's one of these teams comes off the pace, gets hot late. It was the Redskins last year. Every year, it's a new team. It could be the Bucs this year. If they win that division, the Falcons will mess around and not make the playoffs if they don't get their act together. It's that jumbled up, that jumbled up in the NFC right now. You mess around, go from first place in your division to on the outside looking in. Don't F around. It can happen quick. You go from firmly in the playoffs, when they show the graphic, you're one of the division leaders, to not in the wild card, but in the hunt. Like, it can happen like that. Keep effing around. We're going to see. But I think that's the last comment I got. And it is. So we can go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. Dominant performance by the Seattle Seahawks. 40-7 over the Carolina Panthers, man. It was a dominant performance from the first snap of the game when Derek Anderson decided he was going to come in and spread some Christmas cheer with a pick. And from that point on, the game went downhill. Even when you thought, well, maybe they can make a game of it like they did against the Oakland Raiders last week, 75-yard touchdown, first play of the second half, put that to rest right away, immediately. Not immediately, immediately. This game is over. And they like I said, team down, keep him down. That man's down, kick him while he's down. That's what the Seahawks did, 40-7. Panthers dropped to 4-8 on the season. Their season, it's done. It was done for me 2 months ago when they lost before the bye to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But in that division, it's never over until it's over. It's over now. It's over. They needed to win, and they didn't get it done. Who expected this? Again, this wasn't a surprise outcome. The margin of victory and how wide that margin was, yeah, that was a surprise to me. I thought they would show a little bit more fight and put up a little bit more resistance. But when the first play of the game doesn't feature your star quarterback and it also features an interception, you see where this is going. Anyway, Seattle wins this game, goes to 8-3-1, gets that much closer to clinching the NFC West, and also gets that much closer to trying to move up to the number 1 seed again. They got Detroit right behind them. Like, hey, don't open that door, Seattle. That's Detroit knocking on that door. Don't open that door. There's nothing good behind that door. Do not open that door. You should be packing your bags and thinking about a way to try to get to that number 1 seed. It's a long shot. You're going to have to catch a flight to get there. But who knows what's going to happen. Cowboys got some games that they could win. Probably are going to win. They could lose. And if they do, you need to be there to pick up the pieces. That loss last week really hurt you in that sense. If you were serious about getting that number 1 seed, but anything's possible. Just got to win football games. And tonight was a good start. 40-7 at the crib versus the Carolina Panthers. So if it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here on Sunday Night Football overtime on the Louie Tee Network. Remember, we're changing the game one live feed at a time, and I'm glad you guys are helping me do that. So with that being said, have a good one. Take care. I will see you guys tomorrow. Lockdown coverage. We'll break them all down. Come back and join me for that as we'll jump knee-deep into the Week 13 slate in the National Football League. Until then, I'm your man, Louie T. For all of you guys out there that watched, that commented, or you just watched, thank you. Have a great night. See you tomorrow. Adios. To mañana.
Broncos won the Super Bowl when Peyton Manning retired. 49ers won 5 games and Tom Sula got fired. RG's in Cleveland and my Rams hit the West Coast. Be sleepless in Seattle cause that 12-man ain't beast mode. Oh yeah, I knew it was something I forgot to mention. Yeah, old Tom Brady about to get that suspension. Yeah, I know the Pats fans probably think that's whack. Yeah, but at the end of the day, your balls was flat. It's that time again. It's that time again to go hard in the offseason, cause we trying to